Right, so now here we are in the blue section. We'll start things off with Ether Adept. As always, a classic card. What do you guys think?
I like Ether Adept.
Here's a classic card.
I don't
They are
like
classic.
3-mana cards that have double colour in them, especially. I don't like that as a sort of just looking at it thing.
True, but he is good, and he's one of those cards that fits into that deck I was saying about where if you don't get the flyers, you can go with the controlling version. But yeah, that's a good card, and we're taking a draft. So the next one up is what was that?
It's nice, yeah. And this card and the next one are also ways that you can additionally, apart from just removal, deal with the phantasmal dudes.
Indeed, and this is Alluring Siren. This guy was in M10, I think, or was she in M11? I can't remember. She's been in a set before.
It was in M11, yeah.
She was in M11, alright. She's pretty cool, actually. It's good, because you can make things attack into you unprofitably, and as you say, kill the phantasmal things. Yeah, generally pretty nice. I wouldn't first pick or anything like that, but
yeah,
definitely
it's a nice card. It's good with Wall of Frost, which I'm just scrolling down.
All the way to W.
I don't think that's here.
No, it's not.
No, so... But you know what is here? Amphing Cutthroat, which is our next card.
How exciting this card is. Let's move on.
Okay, so this guy's... well, I mean, we joke, but he could be alright. He is a salamander, for God's sakes.
He's a rogue as well.
Yeah. But
He's amazing.
yeah, he's just a dork, so... Where you
He
get
looks like pirates that would be on Davy Jones's ship in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Now this is a more of a card I'd like to be casting for 3 and 1 blue. It's Avon Fleetwing, flying 2/2 hexproof. That's just solid.
Yeah, he's very good.
And this is actually a good chance to showcase the new mechanic hexproof. So what do you guys think of it?
Well, I'm glad they have solidified it in a keyword, but
yeah.
They made the chronic decision with dyes, and now they've made the horrible decision with hexproof.
Yeah, they should have just gone with Shroud, just because people do that.
Yeah,
and that's what
people refer to that.
Yeah. So next card is the blue cycle of the mages. It's the Azure Mage, and I think probably the best one, but that's because I like blue. It's 3 and a blue colon, so no tap, draw a card. Why wouldn't you want a nice little mana sink to draw some cards in the late game? And I think that's perfect. What do you guys think?
Meh.
It's boring. Doesn't kill anything.
None of them kill anything.
The black one's my favourite, but we'll get onto that.
Okay, fair enough. Next up, we've got a reprint in Bell Tower Sphinx from the Ravnica block. I don't know, you didn't like this one, did you, Lewis?
Well, no, I just... Magic for me is all about the artwork first and foremost, and then you have this sort of dude with this hair.
It's a pretty bad picture, I'll give you that.
And it's another example of them not doing any new art for some of the old dig-ups.
Same for the next card.
It's good though, but like a 2/5 flyer is pretty powerful.
Oh yeah, no, it's a nice card. It's just better than what's it called? Was it Skyruin Drake? 2/5 for 5, but this has got a little bit of maybe
ability.
Yeah.
So, and also that's a nice instance of being up the whole theme in blue in this. That seems to be a lot of milling and graveyard-based action, which I think will probably show itself in Innistrad some more.
That's going to be cool.
Next up, we've got a core set staple and a card that has to be there. Cancel.
Sometimes
doesn't get more down to the basics than counter target spell full stop. So
sometimes I just think the just straight up counter target spell full stop like cancel eyes can just be the best one sometimes.
Yeah, I can see why. I mean, a lot of the time because I play the Stoic Rebuttals a lot, I'd never really end up getting to cast them for their reduced cost. So cancel works out as well, but. It's things like, mana leak. You can't mana leak something if the guy's got tons of mana and stuff like that. So yeah, they can be good.
Yeah.
So next up is another 4 and a blue flyer. We've got a lot of these running around today. It's Chasm Drake. Flying 3/3 when Chasm Drake attacks target creature you control gains flying into end of turn. That's pretty powerful.
Superb.
This
Superb.
this would go really well with some sort of green deck, I would think.
It's
Get your
amazing.
big line in the air.
Any deck with creatures, really.
I don't know. Magic doesn't really tend to have those kind of decks.
Lame.
Just all creatures. They're the best deck.
Look what up next. It's
Oh.
Coral Merfolk.
Skip.
Divination.
Yeah. Dwarf. Next up is Divination. Not too happy about this one. Sad to be seeing Preordain go, and 4C go, and Jace's Ingenuity go. And now look what we got. We got Divination. Let's draw some keys out of pond. It's not good.
I don't
What do you
like
guys
it.
think?
I don't like divination. I think just Tezzera's Gambit's just nicer.
Yeah. Next we got an M10 return. Djinn of Wishes. 3 double blue.
M10 too.
It was. I think I think Coral Merfolk was M10 as well. I don't know if it was an M11. But Djinn of Wishes has got an interesting ability. It never really does anything amazing, I don't think. So it comes in with 3 wish counters, and then you can remove one and play the top card without paying its mana cost.
I'm sure it has its uses, but you know.
Yeah, it's hard to pull off.
There was this card. I can't remember what it was called. It was like 2 and 2 blue, and it was pretty good. And you could like look at the top 3 cards of your library, and then you could like have to put 2 back. And I think it was banned. I can't remember what it was called. Black Hole Ruben, alright with that?
Yeah, maybe.
Next up is a classic like Celestial Purge. It's Flash Freeze. Sees play in pretty much every sideboard a blue deck ever has.
Yeah,
the
you
target
don't
rare
need
green
the flash
stuff.
freezes.
Next up is
Good, I
a
like Flash.
really old card. Flight. If you look back to your, I think it was in Alpha. I think it was in the really, really old stuff as Flight.
I have the alpha version of this. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's very, very old, and it's actually the right wording of the text. Creature has flight. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's not going to be very good. What do you think?
Nope.
It's alright, not brilliant.
Snooze.
It's one of these cards people will like take and go, oh yeah, I'll sideboard this, like Turn the Tide and stuff that you see people like, oh, I'll sideboard this, and then you just never will. Not good. Especially because blue creatures mostly fly anyway.
Yeah, precisely. Next up is an interesting one. It's a nice new card as well. It's Frost Breath. It's I don't know. It seems like this has kind of replaced Sleep, because I have noticed that Sleep isn't in this list, and thus Blue have lost Sleep, which is a sad time and a sad day for Blue. But this kind of manages it. It's 1 mana less, 2 in a blue, tap up to 2 target creatures, they don't untap, blah blah blah, and next untap step, and it's instant speed, so it could be pretty useful.
Yeah, no, I like it. I think it's pretty good still. I don't think it's as good as wasn't there a trap like
Permafrost, yeah, Permafrost trap.
I think that was a lot better because then that had a sort of the frost keyword of them remaining frozen. Oh, no, that's what this does as well.
Yeah, it does, it has it.
Ignore me.
So next up is our blue Titan, Frost Titan. He's alright. He's not amazing.
It's big.
To be honest, it's just chilling
Yeah.
in the Alps, just at the ski resort, just ruining people's holidays. To be honest, that's all I get from this guy. They're like, "What?
Up
Ski?
and down people's days, just knock them over.
Get out of our way! I just want to ski." How bad? We
Yeah,
don't have
that's
to-
that guy. He's our first blue mythic, actually. Yep, definitely first blue mythic. Next up is another classic, Harbour Serpent. They've been keeping the blues quite classic recently. You know, and there's not many new. Well, there are a few new cards, but there's been a lot of harkbacks to previous ones. We did quite well with Harbour Serpent, didn't we, Matt? In one M11 draft, we did.
Yes, that was a while ago, wasn't it?
Yes, it was a while ago. You guys should go watch that. It was a good epic game, and Harbour Serpent won it for us. I don't know.
I'm just let down with this guy about how epic the picture is and how much destruction that thing would actually reap, and then it's like, oh, actually, there doesn't seem that much water around, I can't really do anything.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's confined to the ocean. You can't go attack a mountain with a Harbour Serpent.
So serpents are like the black flyers. There's like 6 mana for a 5/5. That's okay. Then they have like stupid drawbacks like this, or
Yeah.
that serpent of endless sea and all crazy things like that. It's like, let the serpents go. Let them kick some ass. Never let them do any damage.
Next up is Blue's attempt at removal, Ice Cage. This guy is too fast.
It's okay. It's good as like a sort of like a panic spell bomb, if anything, because it's not going to last for very long. Just okay, you can't do anything for a while. Just temporarily, just ignore you for a minute.
I mean, it sucks as well because like you can't tell when it's gonna get free, and then you just have to work on the assumption that it will.
Mm.
And then at that point, surely it's no better than if it wasn't Ice Cage. So I don't know. To me, I've never liked it.
It's alright.
Next up is our first new Planeswalker,
Ooh.
Jason Meredith, legend. What do you guys think of this guy? Before I make
the artwork.
I hate the artwork as well.
This emo Jace, man. He used to be cool.
Why hasn't he got his hood on?
I know. And why has he got stupid hair?
Bloody hell.
I don't know.
Brush through it, Jace.
It is a shame, but I think the card is good. I can seeing play, and I would definitely play it.
It's going to get better as time goes on.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it interacts properly.
Definitely, but yeah, it's a sleeper, one to watch. Next up is Jace's Archivist. This guy's a legend. Apart from the fact that he's got a crazy picture
I'm down with
Pretty
it.
cool. Yeah.
with all the cool blue graphical interfaces, it's very modern and techno for the cards, really. And I like his ability as well. I think it's good. I think it could be quite sneaky.
Yeah, especially if your opponent's been trying to get their hand into a certain shape, as in been chewing things up or been holding certain things back. You just think, well, actually, just get rid of it all, and then we'll have new cards section.
Yeah,
Cool card.
it's good.
Cool card.
Next up, Jace's Erasure, pretty boring. Everyone knows that one. Won't spend too long on it. Yeah, that's how long we're going to spend on it. We're not going to spend any more time on it.
Nope. It's like a Stormfront page.
Finally, this is an interesting one. Does anyone know if this next one's a reprint? It's a Levitation, 2 and double blue.
It was the same. It's in
Sure.
M10 again.
Was it M10? Oh, I didn't know this. I don't know M10 well enough. I didn't know what Ankh we the other day.
We sort of like rejoined this with just as M10 was sort of closing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't really do much M10.
So, yeah, okay. So it's an M10 reprint. It's pretty cool. Again, though, if you're in blue, surely your creatures have flying anyway, so why do you need this card?
Oh, I get it.
Next up is an interesting one, Lord of the Unreal. I can't believe they have yet to make a good blue Lord. I think they sit down in their design rooms and go, well, we could make it draw cards, but that would be a bit too broken, so we'll just have some stupid ability and have some stupid creature type do that instead. It's just annoying. But he is cheap, which is nice.
Yeah.
Double blue. He is the cheapest Lord so far, apart from Lord of the Atlantis, which is an old school one.
Copy and pasted, good old Aura Finesse artwork in the background. Pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I haven't seen that. I think the name of this card is amazing as well, and its ability is pretty cool. But the illusions are so flimsy; it's really hard to make it work.
Pretty good with the illusions. Give them hexproof. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that kind of works quite well with them, surprisingly. Next up is a card that I think is pretty amazing, and is the reason why I think blue is going to be pretty cool, regardless of the fact that it's lost Jace, is Mana Leak. It's always nice to have a Mana Leak. This card's like in every deck that plays blue, so I don't know why you wouldn't play blue for this.
Man, the Man Lake's very cool, and the guy got to talk about the artwork as ever. That's awesome. Better than the shit one.
The guy is clearly still upset about his mana being leaked.
Yep. Damn you, son.
The next one is like an interesting little guy. 2 double blue, 2/2, human rogue, master thief. He steals your artifacts. Not your artifacts, your opponent's artifacts. So I guess this is probably just because there's going to be a lot of artifacts knocking around from Mirrodin block.
For a while, wasn't it? I like this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's cool. I think that's the reason. I think that's quite good value as well.
Yeah, but they have to have an artifact.
Yeah,
That's the
well,
only down.
no, but as in, if they don't have an artifact, you can still play him, and he still just a dude if you need it. But
Mm.
no, I think that's it's a pretty cool ability, especially if it's an artifact that you can like sacrifice to something
Yeah.
to completely just remove it, because that's blue artifact removal then, which is pretty cool, pretty rare.
Nice. Next up, Murphic Looter.
Does
It's
what it
where
says on the tin.
the little. What was that, Matt?
Does what it says on the tin.
Yeah, I was going to say it's where the old name for that ability came from. You know what it does, and it's going to be good, and you should pick it in draft. Next up, Murphic Mesmerist. One in the blue, one to... I don't know. He's a pretty naff. If I'm
Yeah,
honest.
that's terrible.
if history served correctly, it's milling is a bad idea, and you shouldn't be
Well,
doing
it's
it.
it's target player, so again, it's a sleeper for Innistrad, really, isn't it?
Yes, do that. It could be. It could be. Watch this space. I think is the situation here. Another classic, Mind Control. They're like the classics, Blue.
Mm-hmm.
I love mine.
Don't worry, you'll still be stealing people's creatures in M12. That's not changing.
If you want to look at the difference between the M10 picture and then the M11 and then M12 picture, that's probably the biggest polar part separation of epicness that has just ever existed. This is just insane. And the old one was just like a 2-year-old drew that. I don't know who did that, but shot at dawn. Line him up.
Poor guy.
Awful. I'm sorry if you watch author of shitty M10 Mind Control, but Ryan Pancoast has just wiped you off the map. Had to get that out there. Let's move on to the next card.
Mind Unbound. I've got to read this one because I haven't read this one yet. We're going to go upkeep, put a law counter Mind Unbound, then draw a card for each law counter. Yeah, it doesn't work.
So expensive.
Yeah, it doesn't even work until turn 7 at best, and then it's a turn 7, draw 1 card. Admittedly, it probably goes pretty crazy, but still, no.
Yeah, if you get like infinite turns, maybe.
I like this. Why do I like this? I think that's
You like
good.
it?
It's a 6 mana. It's worse than Train of Thought.
Yeah, but once you've played Dragon of Thought, you keep having to tap it, and you keep having to pay your mana, and do I want to pay the mana for a card, or do I want to play this other spell? But this is like, okay, just give me 3 cards. 3 cards, I like this. And I shouldn't like it. It goes against my genetic coding of blue. But no, I like this.
Better things to play on turn 6.
Agree to disagree. I can't believe I dislike it. It's so slow. Beyond slow. It's like a snail's pace kind of Magic game, and it just doesn't happen like that. Especially with like White Weenie going to be knocking around. Anyway, up next, Negate, classic. Don't need to explain that anymore.
Nope.
Next up, though, I think we might as well do these two together, is Phantasmal Bear, the little 2/2, 1 blue bear dude. So it's your cheaper blue. It's your cheaper bear now. And then the guy that I think is actually really good. Go on.
With the Phantasmal Bear, it's not a bear. It's just they've broken the laws of
Magic.
yeah,
Yeah, but it's a Phantasmal Bear, so it's got to be cheaper.
Roonclaw Bear, Ashcoat Bear, bears,
Grizzly Bear.
Those are bears. This one is not a bear because it's only 1 mana. Boo.
This is
I really
how blue
like
does
it.
bears. This is how blue does bears. Yeah, I don't know. He's alright. I probably wouldn't pick him. He's going to be last pickable, I think.
Really, I like this Phantasmal Bear. Turn
Do
1,
you? I don't like this guy.
2/2.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah.
Because like you said at the beginning, a lot of the ways people are going to use these, a lot of the cards you have in your deck to target something are just removal anyway. Like, how often do you actually run non-removal target cards? Like, you occasionally have your Withstand Death, your Siege Initiative kind of Leeching Bite tricks. But they're very few and far between in the main deck. But this, it's just going to have to be used as a piece of removal against it, and especially for this next guy.
Yeah, this guy's good. I'll give you this guy. 4 mana, 5/5 Flying Dragon. Can't really go wrong. Yeah, he's just really good, and the picture is just intense. I mean, both their pictures are intense. But yeah, a dragon.
Phantasmal's insane.
Yeah, I really like what they've done with this. I think it's interesting. It's annoying, but also interesting. I wish they'd just do a good one, but then, you know, It's a nice little interesting quirky way of doing it. It's cute. So the next one is Phantasmal Image, probably the cheapest clone ever printed. Yeah, there's a lot of hype around this guy, I think, from what I've been hearing. People think he'll be pretty good in Standard.
I don't really like him. The only way I see it being good is if you copy something with hexproof or you have the Illusion Lord out.
I have the thing with it as in, it's 2 mana, yeah, but it's like, yeah, Doomblade costs 2 mana. You're not going to play it on turn 2 just because it's 2 mana. You want to actually use it for value. You're going to want to play Phantasmal Image on something that's probably got a little bit more weight of either your own creatures or your opponents, and that's not going to be till like turn at least 4 when you have things like Clone that then are solid and non-fragile and are sort of right timing when you want to use it. So it doesn't live up to the hype for me, but obviously I don't really know that much about my own.
No, I agree. I don't think it'll do well. It's it's too fragile, and it's cheaper, yeah. But why would you want it to be cheaper? You want to play it later, so.
Yeah.
Unless you're just going to be holding back a massive handful of cards, which I suppose blue does do a lot, but still, yeah. Next up is another reason why I think blue's going to be amazing. Ponder. This card is awesome. I love this card. It's not as good as Preordain, just because you either have to have those 3 cards or you don't. Whereas with Preordain and the Scry, you can pick and choose, but it's still pretty powerful.
I think they're good in different ways. I think Preordain is better at the beginning of the game as a tool to guarantee your land drops or and that kind of thing, or trying to get to your early game. But I think Ponder is arguably better at, I just need a piece of removal. I just need to hit this bomb. I just need to hit this. Then because this digs that little bit deeper.
Yeah. It does look like your next, in theory, top 4 cards, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Redirect. Reprint from M11. Go see that if you want to know what it's all about. It's alright. It's not amazing. Would you pick it in draft, guys?
No.
Not first pick, no.
No, there you go. Next up, we've got Skywinder Drake. We've mentioned this guy already. 2 and a blue, flying, and he's basically a bigger Welkin turn. I like him. I liked Cloud Elemental from M11. I like this guy as well. He's just going to be a perfect fit in the blue-white flyer deck, which we all love. Thoughts?
Happy with this guy. No problem with him. He's very good. You're not going to want to block with a 3/1 flyer pretty much ever, unless there is like something that is holding you back from attacking in the air. Then, of course, him only being able to block flyers is no problem in that case. So yeah, like Skywinder Drake.
Next up is old Fact or Fiction Sphinx, as it's been called, because it's the same as its ability that it triggers as it goes in is the same as that card. I think in Limited, I'd probably definitely first pick this, but in Standard, it's just going to get overshadowed by the Titans, as most cards will be. But its ability is awesome. It's fun. It's better. Yeah, Consecrate Sphinx, of course. It's good because it's like, the reason why I like blue is because it makes you think about what you want to do. You got to choose your piles, and then your opponent has to choose, and you got to pick how you're going to choose it. So it is good. So next up we've got old Time Reversal back from M11. Probably one of the coolest pictures ever, but probably one of the weirdest and probably unusefulness effects ever. So you're never going to want that card.
Yeah, I don't really like it.
It's not very good.
Boring.
Next up we got Turn to Frog. This card is awesome.
Ribbit.
It's probably one of the coolest pictures ever.
It probably has to be up there with Lava Axe as probably one of the best flavor texts ever. You got Catch.
Ribbit.
It's just perfection.
It could be pretty amazing, actually. I don't know. Well, I played Diminishing in an M11 draft before. I don't see why I wouldn't play Turn to Frog.
I like it. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Good trick.
So we're coming to the end of our blues now. Last 2, home straight. It's Unsummon. This classic. I think it's been in every core set of the new envisioned Magic.
Yeah, it's like a Llanowar elf. It's like that kind of card. I can't think of another one of that they just do because you need that effect.
No, yeah, and it's not first pick. It's not even 5th pick. It's like after the packs come back round, you pick these up like you do with what's the one blue unsummon in
Vapor Snag.
yeah, Vapor Snag. And next up is another card which I think is just amazing, and is again another sleeper card for good old Innistrad. Is Visions of Beyond. This card's already like $8 or $9 on the respective Magic sites, and I think it probably will shoot up again if Innistrad comes out. And it's as in graveyard interactive as we think it will be. Instant drawing cards is just intense, so you can't really go wrong with this card.
Gonna be cool.
Probably not a massive draft card, but you know you're just going to take it for the ticks. Anyway, that's all our blue cards, and we'll be back soon with the black, which will be hosted by Matt, our very own, and we'll see you then.
Bye.
Woo!